Thank you very much, President William Ruto, dear brother, chers collègues, chefs d'État et
dear colleagues, head of state and government, chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mr. Current Chairman of the African Union, heads of delegation, honorable ministers, distinguished participants. I thank you, President Ruto, for your kind invitation and the brotherly welcome accorded to us, and for the invitation to this first Africa Climate Summit. I want to congratulate you on your leadership and as has been demonstrated in your very powerful statement this morning. The time is ripe for taking stock of the implementation of the commitments on climate and also to agree on an African common position. Everybody knows the risks and dangers related to global warming that continue to affect our countries, and worse still, they have even worsened. The last report of IPCC confirmed that the African countries will be the most impacted by climate change, while they contribute less than 4% of global warming. Africa, we must say, reacts in line with its measures, in line with its means, through innovative and research for solutions or decarbonization and also the climate change. At the global level, 11 Saharan countries execute the project of the Great Green Wall for a decade now. On that score, Senegal implements a reforestation program of 500,000 hectares of indigenous forests, and in order to stop the encroachment of the desert and restore, rehabilitate soil, the biodiversity, and support the silvopastoral activities. We pursue our efforts to, in fact, execute the carbon resilient projects, and particularly as regards energy transition. And thanks to the implementation of our mixed energy programs, renewable energy represents today 31% of our electricity installed capacity, and part of it is from solar energy, and the other components come from wind and hydroelectric power. We at present implement an important program of rural electrification of more than 1,000 villages, financed at the cost of 75 million euros, together with the Green Climate Fund and also with the West African Bank. These efforts will be strengthened thanks to the strategy. That is, we need to agree, and we cannot prevent Africa from using its domestic energy sources. We, in this transitional phase, ensure that the solutions, African solutions, be over in carbon and also be resilient, and obviously for those who pollute more or less than 3%, that energy transition be abandoned. It will be, in fact, another injustice to Africa. For us, gas is an energy transition, and our policy in energy transition towards zero net zero is on the transport system with the regional express train, which is operational for 2 years now, which carry more than 130,000 people every day, which obviously is electric, and also the rapid electric bus, and which obviously will be used before the end of the year. In the same spirit, Senegal signed last June with the partners of G7 its program for an energy transition which is based on JEPI, with an investment that requires the mobilization of 2.7 million euros. And we have the ambition of raising it to 40% of renewable energy in our energy mix by 2030. Having said that, we have to agree that essentially the African countries should realize and implement their green program, and Mr. President, you have reminded us about it, while the financing of adaptation should be supported by at least by concessional credits in conformity with the what was agreed in Paris. In the perspective of COP28, we should pursue our advocacy for the mobilization of resources dedicated to green financing. That is the key to resolve the problem of climate change and global warming through responsible and interdependent efforts of countries from developing countries. To conclude, I want to express my support to the Alliance for Green Infrastructure initiated by the African Development Bank, the African Union and Africa 50 in order to support the execution of the projects that are carbon sober and that are resilient. And I want to invite all the partners to contribute to this initiative. And finally, I thank the Central Adaptation Center in its work of promotion of the program to accelerate adaptation in Africa. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. A round of applause for President Macky Sall.